Hey guys, it's me, and in today's video I'm going to be doing something a little bit simpler. I'm going to be talking about RC nitro engines. So this right here is a brand new, never been used, never been started Dynamite 28. Now it really doesn't matter what engine it is, if it's like a 0.15 or 0.21 or anything, or 28 like this one, or like 32. It really doesn't matter because they're all basically the same, except they're just a little bit different in size. That's what really is the biggest difference. So starting off with probably the biggest component on here of any engine is this. Now this is, some people may call this a heat sink, other people may call this a head, and I call it a head because that's what it kind of is. It's an engine head. It absorbs a lot of the heat, and it gets very hot, you know, like a hot head, you know. But that's the head. Moving on into the head, right in there, as you can see there, if you kind of see there, down in there, try to get like a tool so I can show you or point to it. But see this, guys, that is a glow plug. That is your glow plug. You probably heard of this if you've been in the RC hobby for a little bit and you're trying out nitro. You've probably heard of glow plugs. They go on a lot. I've personally had good luck with glow plugs, but that is what starts your engine essentially. That's what that's kind of like a spark plug in like a real car. So that's your glow plug. Very simple. It just glows orange whenever you put it up to an igniter, which I'll get into in a later video. Moving on, right here, this is our air filter. It basically keeps out all the dirt and other things that might get into your engine that go into this carburetor. Now this is the next part. So moving on from the air filter, what we have here is the carburetor. So there are a few parts in this carburetor, but basically the thing that sticks out right here is the carburetor. And on the carburetor we have needles. Now needles are used to make tuning changes, like this needle, this other needle, if you can see there, that needle, and this needle. So I'm going to go back to this one. So this is the high-speed needle. This is what we use to control the high RPMs to make it richer or leaner, which I'll probably go into that in a later video. This needle down there, that is the idle needle. It basically controls the idle speed and how far the carburetor, the low-speed carburetor, can open. And over here, this is a sliding carb. There's different types of carbs, but this is a sliding carb, and this is the low speed. It controls the low to mid RPM speed. I generally run this one a little bit richer than some people, but you know, it's fine. Going over here, this right here is a header, not a head, but a header for your exhaust. Now you can call the whole thing an exhaust, but I'll usually call this the pipe, which this right here is the pipe technically, or the tuned pipe, whatever you want to call it. There's a few names for it, but I like to call it the pipe or the exhaust. And up here is the header. Moving on to the lower parts of it, let's talk about this back here. This is going to kind of range from, if you're probably a beginner, you'll probably have this. If you have a pull start engine, this is your pull start right here. This is what you yank on and have your igniter in as well to start your engine. We also use the pull start for priming, which I'll go into more detail in a later video. Moving on, coming down here, we have this blue wheel right here. This blue wheel, that is our flywheel, and it basically stays running all the time. And this one just happens to be an aluminum flywheel, so that means it's lighter, and that basically means that it has less of a chance of stalling because it's lighter and it's not a steel flywheel. And it's generally used to start your engine if you have something that's called a bump box, but I'll get to that in a later video as well. And moving on to the last part, we have the clutch bell right here. The clutch bell, this is basically a pinion, like a an electric vehicle, but it's a clutch bell. It's not a clutch, but it's a clutch bell. Basically, whenever your motor engages, whenever your low-speed carb opens up, your flywheel will engage the clutch bell, and it will start spinning, and it will move your vehicle. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope that was informative to you on identifying engine parts. So next video I do on nitro engines, I'll probably tell you guys, or I'll make a whole video on how to tune a nitro engine. It's actually pretty easy. Some people might think it's like a little bit hard, but it's actually pretty simple. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.